Welcome to On This Day, where we look back at the moments that made history, one day at a time. From major world events to the weird and unexpected, every date has a story. So, what happened on 2nd of July? Let's find out. July 2nd has quietly shaped the world in ways many people don't realize. From revolutionary declarations and civil rights victories to mysterious disappearances and space adventures, this date is packed with historic twists. It's a day that's hosted turning points and triumphs, and more than a few moments that still leave people wondering, what if? Let's start with something big. On this day in 1776, the Continental Congress officially voted in favor of independence from Britain. That's right. The vote actually happened on July 2nd, not the 4th. John Adams even predicted that the 2nd would be celebrated as America's great anniversary. He wasn't far off, and just a couple of days early. In 1964, the U.S. took another massive step forward when President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act into law. It outlawed segregation in public places and banned employment discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It didn't end the struggle, but it was a landmark moment in the fight for equality. Back in 1937, aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart disappeared while attempting to fly around the world. Her last known position was near Howland Island in the Pacific, and despite extensive searches, she was never found. The mystery of her fate has fascinated generations and inspired everything from documentaries to conspiracy theories. In 2001, the world met a young wizard with a lightning-shaped scar. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, depending on where you're watching from, was released in bookstores across the US. The magic had begun in the UK a few years earlier, but by this point it was a full-blown global phenomenon. Let's rewind to 1881. When U.S. President James A. Garfield was shot by a disgruntled office seeker named Charles Guiteau. Garfield didn't die immediately, he lingered for weeks. But the assassination shocked the nation and raised serious questions about political appointments and mental health. On July 2, 1934, the Night of the Long Knives ended in Nazi Germany. It was a brutal political purge ordered by Hitler to eliminate rivals within his own party and consolidate power. Over 80 people were executed without trial. It was one of the first major steps toward total dictatorship. Jump to 2002, and we're in the skies again, this time above Europe, where Steve Fawcett became the first person to fly solo non-stop around the world in a balloon. It took 13 days and over 20,000 miles. The flight was full of challenges, from freezing temps to unexpected storms, but he made history in true explorer fashion. Love discovering what happened on this day in history? Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Back to Earth in 1937, legendary American author Ernest Hemingway published To Have and Have Not. It was his only novel set in the U.S., featuring boat captains, black market smuggling, and Hemingway's classic gritty style. It later became a Hollywood film starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. In 1990, a rock band changed the game when MC Hammer's You Can't Touch This peaked on the Billboard charts. With its infectious beat and parachute pants, the song became a cultural moment and helped bring hip-hop into the mainstream in a big, bold way. On this day in 1962, the first Walmart store opened in Rogers, Arkansas. Just a humble discount store at the time, but it would grow into one of the largest retail chains in the world. Love it or loathe it, there's no denying Walmart changed how we shop. In 1976, North and South Vietnamese forces officially reunited into the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, with Hanoi as its capital. After decades of colonial rule, civil war, and foreign intervention, the country began a new and complex chapter in its long history. Jumping back to 1900, the first Zeppelin flight took place in Germany. The airship, designed by Count Ferdinand von Zeppelin, stayed aloft for 17 minutes. While it wasn't a long flight, it marked the beginning of airships as real vehicles, and later as symbols of both luxury and disaster. And in 1982, Larry Walters, also known as Lawn Chair Larry, took to the skies over Los Angeles using a lawn chair and 45 helium-filled weather balloons. He reached over 15,000 feet and drifted into controlled airspace. He eventually landed safely and instantly became a legend in DIY aviation history. To wrap things up, on July 2, 2005, London hosted the largest of the global Live 8 concerts. Organized by Bob Geldof, the event brought together major artists like Coldplay, U2, and Madonna to raise awareness about poverty and pressure world leaders ahead of the G8 summit. Music met activism, and it echoed across continents. That's what happened on 2nd of July throughout history. Made it this far? Drop your favorite historical fact in the comments. Learned something new? Hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. You never know what the past has in store.